Oh my God. But well, just go on.
Let us play this, what do you call the teaser for a while so that, I could just stream.
No, we had to set our clocks an hour ahead, and that's what kind of threw me when I asked you, Kumar, about what.
So that was the teaser. Thank you, Gopal sir. Sorry I couldn't pick your call, and please welcome to the poetry reading with fertile brains. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and yes, Somdatta Mitra ma'am, how are you? Ludita Mirea, Richard, Ronnie, Scott, Minati ma'am, first time joining us.
I am fine, sir. My legs have swollen since yesterday. So now I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know whereas I couldn't even fit to conduct this recital because since last couple of week I've been down with fever and these things, and I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. Due to season change, I guess. Due to season
I
change.
don't know this cough and all. But anyways, that is
Take care, sir. Take care.
so
Good
anyways,
evening, my sister. You speak Sumatra?
I'm Minati here. This is not first time. I had joined before also once. This is my second time. So thank you.
so, but anyways, it's been since you joined us after a long gap. I felt like it's a. Anyways, let us begin the reading. And as you know, we always talk about peace and peace and peace, and we all the world is shrouded in kind of disasters and a gloomy environment, and of course there is happiness around. It's always there, but then it become part and parcel. Like every day, so we get to witness all those things which disturb our core. The the humanity, and all. It's very disturbing sometimes. Maybe it is nature way of keeping the balance, but anyway, that is what we can do is that we simply get together and we could share our thoughts, common thoughts, and poetic help brains. That is something which poets meet to share their minds. Hello, Debashrita ma'am, Deba ma'am, and how are you? How?
Sir, good evening.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Sonata.
Hi, ma'am. Devash.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar, ma'am. And we also have been joined by Heaven. It's the first time on the record level. I mean, we are known to each other for long, like last 5 years, but we never seen each other on this platform. But yeah, it's such an honor for us to have among us as this Emmanuel Mettles of Heavens
Thank you
International.
so much. Thank you so much. I used to wish every time, but a thing or the other thing always prevented me. And this time, willingly waited for the time. And I am so eager to participate. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And maybe without wasting much of your time, let us bring it out and let's wait. Let us and wait for it. We have got you have got a lot to offer to this platform. Please welcome. Yes, a very, very well-known platform of Facebook, and not only Facebook, in the offline, she conducts the platform. I has brilliant work that I could see that Heavens International, they has this platform of regional languages as well, and um, the work that they promote, and this especially the literature when it comes to Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, English, whatnot, and they encourage a lot of poets, poetic fraternity. So give a round of applause to Heavens International founder, Emmanuel Mettles. Please welcome Emmanuel.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy and feeling honored as a participant here. And about Kumar Prasanna, Also, I always appreciate and I always admire his dedication, mainly a passion towards poetry and literature, and the dedication. And he's so keen to conduct. Still, he's very keen to conduct. We Heaven International, almost we have changed into offline, and we conduct programs offline mostly. So online we not that active. But still Kumarji and his platform is very actively conducting, organizing all these kind of programs. It's very great. Organizing such a program is not that easy. Is from my experience, I know it very well. And we have to spend a lot of time, and we have to, firstly, we must be dedicated. And thank you so much, Kumarji, for this great opportunity to meet other poets and to be here with you. Hope a great event.
Please read out your poem, ma'am.
To me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, recently published in an English daily in Kerala. As nowadays I'm staying in Kerala. Actually, I'm not shifted, but as I'm doing an art project here for a year or so, I'm staying here. So recently this poem was published in platform and an English daily here. When a stranger portraits me. We usually get, I'm not taking much time, sorry. We usually get some sketches as I am working as an artist too. Sometimes some strangers send our pictures, portraited, and how I thought how it is happening and how they will be doing, what are their imaginations and emotions when they do a stranger's portrait. And also, when people, those who don't know about us, when we talk with words, literally we are portrayed, how they consider we are. Okay, let me read. He will be sitting near the window, I guess, with a long pointed brush to add tints to peach on my cheek. He files and he flies over and over girly things to make me figurey, uttering a silent next. He strokes big specks. Why a wide-eyed girl hides her eyes? He wonders. Not knowing a dusky terrain, he goes for wheat, cherry, and pink. Kissing on the supple lips, he wipes up the lipstick and chuckles. Elevated mood stops the work for a while. The brush goes to the shades of coals to be washed my long hair. Slithering into depths, he slows down in a memory. A ripe field of corns, neem tree shades, shadows of the eve. Scent of her Nabela and Majoram took him back to the 20s. Nodding slowly to his wounds, picks the brush. He works on the long dark curls. A sigh, vague smile, a drop of tears. He finishes. A sigh, vague smile, a drop of tears. He finishes. Leaning against the wall, stretches himself as a shadow long enough to reach the past. Stretches himself as a shadow long enough to reach the past. Thank you.
Beautiful, ma'am. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. If you have Malayalam one, you could just present.
You like to listen Malayalam? Do we have that time?
Yes, poets, as you all know, those who are non-speaker, native speakers of English, they could present 2 poems, right, in English, and
Thank
the
you,
others,
thank you.
they could speak, they could present one in mother tongue and one in English. So 2
Thank you,
poems.
thank you. That is great. That is so much. Please give me a minute. Let me take it. Please bear with me, because I did not know that I can read too. Veed Vepu means constructing or building a house. This is my real feelings when I was constructing a house. Okay. അന്തിക്ക് ഉടൽ അഴിച്ചു വെച്ച് ഉണക്കുന്ന വാടക വീടിന്റെ ഓരായങ്ങളിൽ ഞാനൊരു വീടിന്റെ ചിത്രം നോട്ടങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് വരയ്ക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഉള്ളിൽ മൂക്കാത്ത ഒലിവ് നിറങ്ങളും പുറത്ത് വെയിൽ മഞ്ഞയും തേച്ച ചുമരുകൾ. ഭിത്തി അലമാരയിലെ തറവടകളിൽ 1001 രാവും 100 വർഷങ്ങളും ചെറുതുകളുടെ ദൈവത്താർമാരും. ഇറയത്ത് പുലർച്ചെ ഇരുട്ടിൽ ഓർമ്മകൾ കാടാനൊരു വള്ളിച്ചൂരലിന്റെ ഊഞ്ഞാല് ഞാണു കിടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. പച്ചപ്പടർന്നുപോയ ഇലകളുടെ ഫോസിൽ ചിത്രങ്ങൾ വിരിച്ച കട്ടിൽ തലയ്ക്കൽ ചാരിയൊരു ഞാൻ ലീല ലൈല അല്ല ഞാൻ വിമല എന്ന് ധ്യാനിച്ചിരിപ്പുണ്ട്. വാടക കോലായയിൽ വാക്കറുപ്പനൊരു ഗാന്ധി തല പുച്ചച്ചിരി ചവച്ചു വിഴുങ്ങുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇന്നലത്തെ കഞ്ഞിയിൽ കാന്താരി ഉടച്ചതിന്റെ പുകച്ചിൽ കണ്ണിലാണെന്ന് നെഞ്ചു ചുമയ്ക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സർപ്പഗന്ധികൾ മുട്ടത്തിന് വടക്കോ വടക്ക് കിഴക്കോ വരേണ്ടതെന്ന് പുറത്തൊരു കെടാറായ നക്ഷത്രം സ്ഥാനം നോക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓവറച്ചാൽ തുറക്കുന്നിടത്തേക്ക് ചിലുമ്പി പുളിയോ ശീമനെല്ലിയോ നല്ലതളിയാ എന്നൊരു കാക്ക തിരിച്ചും മറിച്ചും ചിന്തിച്ചിരിപ്പുണ്ട്. മുറ്റം കടന്നു സാധ്യതയുടെ അനന്തതകളിലേക്ക് വീണ് കിടക്കാൻ ഒരു പ്ലാവിൻ നിഴൽ അരഭിത്തിയുടെ വിളിമ്പിൽ തൂക്കിയിട്ട് ഭാവന ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. കാട്ടിലൊറ്റ കുടകപ്പാല പൂത്ത മണം കൊണ്ടെത്തുന്ന കാറ്റുകൾക്ക് കുടിപാർക്കാൻ ഒരു ഇലഞ്ഞി, തേക്കിടത്തുമ്പിലൊരു തുള്ളി നീര് ഒക്കെ പല കിനാരങ്ങളിൽ കുറുക്കി കടുപ്പിച്ചു നിറം കൊടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. നാളത്തേക്കുപ്പോ വാങ്ങാൻ മടിശീല തുറക്കുമ്പോൾ എടുക്കാത്ത 10 നാണയം മാത്രം പലായനത്തിൽ വഴിവക്കിൽ വീണ കുഞ്ഞിനെ പോലെ വിളറി നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. കടം കൊണ്ട കൂരയുടെ ഭിത്തിയോരങ്ങളിൽ ന്യൂനമർദ്ദം കൊണ്ട് മൂക്കാത്ത ഒലീവ് നിറങ്ങൾ കാറ്റടിക്കുന്നു. വെയിൽ മഞ്ഞയ്ക്കുമേൽ നരപ്പിറങ്ങുന്നുണ്ട്. ഒഴിഞ്ഞ കായ്കറി സഞ്ചിയിൽ തെരുപ്പിടിച്ച വലങ്കൈ വിയർപ്പിൽ മുങ്ങി വീടിന്റെ വിശപ്പു ചത്തു കെട്ടു പൊങ്ങി കിടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. നാളെ ഉച്ച പണിയിളയ്ക്കുമ്പോൾ ഭിത്തിയിൽ മറ്റൊരു സ്വപ്നം വരയ്ക്കാം. ഇപ്പോഴീ പച്ചമുളകിൻ മണം കൂട്ടി ആറിയ കഞ്ഞി കുടിക്കാം. വീടുകൾ ഇനിയും പണിയാവുന്നതേയുള്ളൂ. താങ്ക് യു.
If you could give a gist of it so that other could understand.
Yes. This is what a person, a common man, we know that a great majority of our country are common man. A common man thinking about the house, his dreams, what paint, what colors, and where how to be these flowering plants, and inside what color should be, and outside what paint should be, and how many rooms, and in a room what books should be displayed, what book should be read, what God has to be or which God has to be worshipped, and to whom we have to offer, and what plants and trees should be planted all around the houses and the house. And at last, when he looked into his purse, he realizes that we know that in Telangana, we don't accept a 10 rupees coin. And unexpectable 10 rupees coin is in his pocket. Only that 10 rupees coin is in his pocket, but he dreams about a big house or a good house, comfortable house with light olive colors outside and sunlight yellow colors inside. A lot of means 1,000 nights. We know that 1,001 nights, and the goddess of small thing. These famous books in the bookshelf, and newly bloomed buds in the flower vase, and a beautiful garden, gooseberries, and these nostalgic trees around the house. He dreams. But when he comes to the reality in his pocket, there are a few coins not accepted by the world. This is a sad reality of a commoner in India. That's it. Thank you.
Brilliant, 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 ma'am. That was. Thank you for presenting the Malayalam.
Thank you.
I love the reading as well. And please give a round of applause to the founder of International Literary Group, Heaven. She is not only a poet, but also a social worker, social activist, singer, a classical dancer, many fetishes. So that was...
All the things, I think we have only one life. And we are not perfect anything, but simply trying to enjoy life. That's it. Every moment we have to live, I think, fully.
Exactly. Please.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, and especially to the platform and Kumar Prasannaji for this great chance. You made my evening well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the honor and keep joining. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please, next up is our retired army man and veteran civil army was specialist. Please, Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Gopal Purdhani. Please welcome Gopal Purdhani.
Namaskar, Prasanna ji. Namaskar, everyone. As I always say, I speak in Hindustani, that is mixed of Urdu and Hindi. That's what the language try, otherwise I know 5 languages. In this what I am going to say is about two-liners. शेर जिसको उर्दू में बोलते हैं और दोहा जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं. ऐसे कुछ है जो कि अपने में पूरी कविता है लेकिन 2 लाइन में है. जैसे कि मैं वर्तमान हूँ, मुझे अतीत ने बनाया है. मैं वर्तमान हूँ, मुझे अतीत ने बनाया है. अंधेरा त्याग चुकी हूँ मैं, मुझे प्रभात लेने आया है. अंधेरा त्याग चुकी हूँ मैं, मुझे प्रभात लेने आया है. तो एक और है कि हमने इंसानों में एक इंसान चुना है, आपको ही दिल का मेहमान चुना है. हमने इंसानों में एक इंसान चुना है, आपको ही दिल का मेहमान चुना है. और अगला है कि दया और धर्म जिसका ईमान हो गया, दया और धर्म जिसका ईमान हो गया, इंसान वो इंसान से भगवान हो गया. इंसान वो इंसान से भगवान हो गया. और एक है छोटा सा कि जो किसी बेसहारे का सहारा हो गया, एक डूबती हुई किश्ती का जैसे किनारा हो गया. जो किसी का बेसहारे का सहारा हो गया, एक डूबती हुई किश्ती का जैसे किनारा हो गया. तो फिर एक और अर्ज है कि खुशी भरी मुस्कान किसी पर वार दीजिए, निछावर कर दीजिए. खुशी हुई मुस्कान किसी पर वार दीजिए और बदले में उसके पूरा सत्कार लीजिए. वो इज्जत करेगा आपकी जिसके ऊपर करते हैं, बदले में पूरा सत्कार लीजिए. और मैं विश किया था कि मेरे घर आना खुशी, फूलों की महकार लिए. मेरे घर आना खुशी, फूलों की महकार लिए, बस जाना मेरी दुनिया में अपना पूरा संसार लिए। ये विश है, अर्ज है मेरी आप परमात्मा से। तो एक आखिर में एक छोटा सा बताता हूँ कि फूलों में जैसे फूल है होता है गुलाब का, फूलों में जैसे फूल होता है गुलाब का, दोस्तों में दोस्ती का वही दर्जा है आपका, दोस्तों में दोस्ती का वही दर्जा है आपका। तो मैं इतना ही कह सका क्योंकि आई वॉज ऑल्सो सफरिंग विद फीवर and now I'm not totally all that okay, but I wanted to take part because yes, last time I missed. I'm grateful, Prasanna ji, I'm grateful to you.
We are grateful to you, sir, for having for making it to this and offering us and presenting us with your wisdom lines and all. I always learn a lot. 3 lines, you could say a lot in Hindustani. Thank you, sir. Thank you, and please take
Thank you.
care of yourself
Thank
and
you.
get well
Thank you,
soon.
everybody. Thank you,
And
everyone.
we'll get back. We'll get back with our lively self. But yes, seasonal change has affected, like Somdatta ma'am said. Please welcome our next poet, Minati P. Lata Minati. Lata Minati hasn't joined for a long, and so I thought she joined us for the first time. She was the part of Manishat, or maybe I think with the reminder of mail, she might have got the link and this thought of chime in.
No,
Please welcome the P Minati. Yes,
thank you.
Lata Minati.
Yeah, thank you everyone, and good evening everyone. Thank you, Mr. Prasanna, for inviting me to this platform. I mean, I would always like to join, but very sadly, I have some other commitments in every Sunday. That is the reason why I cannot join. So today I thought I got repeatedly 2 invitations, so I should not miss. And anyway, so present something. So here, Mr. Prasanna was telling when we are starting about peace. This is a social turmoil, what we are going through. I mean, for the war, for any other social issues and all. So my poetry is about peace, and that is, fortunately, it has been placed in the Gandhi Information Center for Research and Education of Nonviolence, Germany. So I would like to read that poetry. The title of the poetry is Let Peace Prevail. Let peace prevail. Peace prevails when we fight ignorance by lighting a lamp of knowledge. Peace prevails when we fight ignorance by lighting a lamp of knowledge. Peace prevails when we fight hunger to fill the empty stomachs, be it in a city or a village. Peace prevails when we fight pollution. Peace prevails when we fight pollution and protect the beautiful Mother Earth. Peace also prevails when we stop our exploitation to keep the natural disasters at forth. Peace prevails when we fight our inner demons. Peace prevails when we fight our inner demons to create the inclusive society where no other is they, and everyone is we, our own. Peace prevails when we fight not with the weapons. Peace prevails when we fight not with the weapons against injustice, but with non-violence and invincible truth that will suffice. Thank you. The second one, I will just give me a moment. I will just go on the second. The second one is also about the pressing issues, what we are facing, like climate action. So we have overexploited our all natural resources. So this is about a river. The second point is about the river, how she has been exploited. Hey, river, you flow. Hey, you flow, you are flowing from the time immemorial. swiftly and effortlessly as an ambrosia carrier, nodding to the swinging branches on your bank, and carrying the chatter of the lovers with the air, and carrying the chatters of the lovers with the air. Hey river, the golden rays of setting sun on your fluid chest, the chirping of the birds, touching you before returning to their nest. Your serpentine move looked so elegant. The breeches decorated on your hips like a waistband. Colorful saris dried, many through a Cohen, women, children, and grown-ups all took a dip in the lore of the heaven. At times you were carrying life, hope, joy, and bliss. Just the day before the humans turned so selfish, the lifeline turned smelly with half-burnt cups and garbage. The lifeline turned smelly with the half-burnt cups and the garbage. They dig out the sand from your body and making you ugly and damaged. I know you are in pain. I know you are in pain, carrying the sewage from the drain, changing your routes in vain, trying to escape in vain. How long can you bear the strain? Losing your eternal beauty to the human greed, furiously reminding them of all you need. No one knows. In the days to come, whether you will disappear. Hey river, will you remain only in the books and photos in the future? Will you remain only in the books and photos in the future? Thank you all so much. This is from a anthology recently published, the name Fantasies. Thank you so much, all of you, listening to me so patiently. So I thank you once again, all of you.
Brilliant, ma'am. Brilliant. I love the way you read and I love the way you presented, and it's very rhythmic and very powerful. Yes, we need non-violence is the greatest weapon, and yes, and the environmental preservation is also important for human. That there are a lot destruction has been done and more to go. I don't know, we could only talk about, but much to be done. And thank you, Malata Minati ma'am, for joining, and keep joining us, and keep sharing your words.
I feel that somewhere the pain is mightier than the sword. Somewhere you write something, it makes a little bit of ripple effect, probably hoping that to make a change in the society.
Exactly.
So thank you so much. Thank you all.
It will be echo, and it will be somewhere it will grow fall into the ears of someone who could mind the ways.
It is like throwing a stone into the water. Somewhere it will somehow, I hope. And
exactly.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Very well said, ma'am. Very well said. Please welcome very humble, I would say, Satinder Kaur. Request next struggle.
Thank you, Prasanna ji, and good evening to everyone. I really love the opportunity to be with all of you. And I am here today with a poem on a woman. We have just celebrated the International Women's Day, and I wrote something for a girl who was just a delicate person when she got married in her parents' house also, but later on the circumstances led her to become as brave as a lioness. So it is about a warrior, metaphorically a woman who is a warrior. The poem goes like this: fighting with various odds in day-to-day life, she emerged a real warrior, braving each and every strife. A delicate, doll-like figure, the princess of parents. A delicate, doll-like figure, the princess of parents, could never understand the mysterious shadows of fate. A young, petite, blushing bride, the cynosure of the family's eyes, the darling of her doting husband, a soldier in the Indian army, the darling of her doting husband, a soldier in the Indian army. Brief 1 month of blissful togetherness. Brief 1 month of blissful togetherness passed quickly like a wink of eye. The call of duty, the pride of nation. The call of duty, the pride of nation. Moistened eyes, choked throat, and she bid him adieu with aplomb. Who knew the coming nights will be so dark? Who knew the coming nights will be so dark? Who knew his love had implanted in her a spark? Who knew he will become the victim of lightning, the lightning carrying darkness in its womb, the lightning carrying darkness in its womb. But see the delicate princess turning into a lioness. But see the delicate princess turning into a lioness. Salty tears and silent sobs had not helped her even an iota. Gathering strength from the sorrow, she embarked on an unknown road. Gathering strength from her sorrow, she embarked on an unknown road, ready to bring into life her love's imprint, to carry forward the warrior's legacy with a resilient spirit. To carry forward the warrior's legacy with a resilient spirit. Thank you. Thank you.
Brilliant, beautiful narration, ma'am. Beautifully narrated.
And there is one more poem in Hindi, again on a woman. मैं नारी हूं पर अबला नहीं हूं, सबल हूं, सजग हूं, समर्थ हूं, सचेत हूं, सरस्वती भी हूं, लक्ष्मी भी हूं, और जरूरत पड़ी तो मैं ही दुर्गा और काली भी मैं हूं। मैं हूं एक आधुनिक स्वाभिमानी नारी। अपने अंदर भर रखी है मैंने बेमिसाल खुददारी। पुरुष प्रधान जगत में मैंने अपनी नई पहचान बनाई। किसी काम में मैं नहीं पीछे, दुनिया को नई राह दिखाई। पुरुष के कंधे से कंधा मिला मैं, पहुंची उन ऊंचाइयों तक। पुरुष के कंधों से कंधा मिला मैं, पहुंची हूं उन ऊंचाइयों तक जहां पहुंचना था एक सपना उन बेचारी बहनों का जो बंद रही घर की चार दीवारी में, उन पुरातन दिनों की चादर ओढ़े, उन पुरातन दिनों की चादर ओढ़े। बहन हूं, पुत्री हूं, बहू, पत्नी और मां भी हूं। बहन हूं, पुत्री हूं, बहू, पत्नी और मां भी हूं, पर सिर्फ घर तक ही सीमित नहीं हूं। ऑफिस की फाइलें हों या कॉलेज के लेक्चर, खेल के मैदान हो या व्यापार की इबारतें, नए ग्रहों पे जाने वाले स्पेसशिप चंद्रयान हो या नई इमारतें और सड़कें बनाने वाले आधुनिक यंत्र। सोचो तो जरा, मैं कहां अपना परचम नहीं लहराती हूं? सोचो तो जरा, मैं कहां अपना परचम नहीं लहराती हूं? हर वर्ष नारी दिवस तो हम मना लेते हैं। हर वर्ष नारी दिवस तो हम मना लेते हैं, पर क्या नारी उस एक दिन की है मोहताज, पर क्या नारी उस एक दिन की है मोहताज जब सम्मेलन होंगे, भाषण होंगे और उसको पहचान मिलेगी, सम्मान मिलेगा? नहीं, मेरा तो ये कहना है, हर दिवस नारी दिवस है। हर दिवस नारी दिवस है, क्योंकि उसके बगैर हर दिन भी अमावस है। हर दिन भी अमावस है। सो हे नारी, तुम ही तो हो प्रतीक दया का, ममता, साहस और त्याग का। एक दिन का अवकाश कर घर से, समझो जैसे तूफान है आया। एक दिन का अवकाश घर से, समझो जैसे तूफान है आया। ना रसोई में चूल्हा, ना बच्चों का स्कूल, घर की हर चीज की इधर उधर। तो अब सबको समझना होगा, अब सबको समझना होगा, क्या है नारी का स्थान घर, समाज और देश में हर तरफ लाने को उत्थान। क्या है नारी का स्थान घर, समाज और देश में हर तरफ लाने को उत्थान। थैंक यू।
वाह,
बिल्कुल मैम, बिल्कुल। हर दिवस नारी का दिवस है, और अबला नहीं सबला है। बहुत खूब। It reminds me of your poem reminds me of one story that I read. I mean, it's like, yeah, Kaur. Let's move on to the other Kaur, who reminds me of that, which we had fortunate to review the book, Icicle. That was signed Satinder ma'am. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. And please welcome Narinder Jit Kaur. Uh, and please uh, welcome Narinder Jit Kaur. And I will wish she would read another poem like yours. Yes, ma'am, all
Good
yours.
evening, everyone. And I am attending this meet after a very long time. My apologies. And I'll be reading 2 poems today. The first one is, it's not very positive, but because of the dystopian world that we are living today, where the values have been shattered, where institutions are crumbling. So I'm talking about that. But the thing is that I have taken references from English literary poets, the poems that we have read all our life. So I am taking those references and I have written a poem. Bards of Yore. I dare to step in the idyllic world of the bards gone away. With unsure thoughts and pounding heart, I enter a forbidden field, my legs to give way. Once a heavenly refuge for romantic hearts of yore, hills, rivers, vales, and skies, flowers and birds galore. The daffodils I visited on page refuse to register in mind. The inert heart responds not. The inner eye fails to remind. The word is too much with us. Nightingale bleeds in leafless bowers. Her haunting songs fall on deaf ears amid the cacophony of skyscraping towers. The skylark, the blithe spirit of the heavens, that you praised to the skies, searching some shade on scorching hills, its song is nothing but shrieking cries. The innocent folks of the country churchyard, how jocund they drove their teens afield, but sadly driven to death by dozens as life denies a good Eid. Where is the solitary reaper, reaping and singing by herself? All I see, an acid-burnt face, fighting the rapist wolf. Wake up from your graves, O bards, redeem us from our fallacy. Ignite the fire that stirred you once and fill the heart with ecstasy. That is the poem. Thank you. And the second poem is a very light-hearted poem. These days we are all the time, busy with our mobiles and computers and, learning how to take up things. So based on that, I have written a poem. And the title is If Only I Could. If only I could rewind the track of my life, go back in childhood to roll in the mud, hide under the beds, to play in the street light, to be dragged home by the ear. If only I could scramble through the recycle bin of time, to rummage for my friends, long lost in the smoke of growing up, to restore them in fresh folders and save in my present account. If only I could copy-paste my happiness onto all the faces drenched in tears and delete with the click of a button pain and poverty from this earth. If only I could format my life that goes every now and then and download some program to protect my dear ones from various viruses threatening me in my dreams. If only I could log on to Zoom to connect to and chat with the departed soul from the word above. If only I could. Thank you so much.
If only you could, that shows your, proves your technical brilliance in current technology. And, the first one that's profound and sublime. And thank you once again for being a part of this pro. We got the chance of having 2 cores at this. We got 3 cores. Harpreet Kaur is there.
Okay, Harpreet Kaur is also there.
Harpreet.
I'm meeting them for the first time. Satinder Kaur, I'm meeting for the first time.
I am meeting you for the first time, yeah. And all cores are lionesses. Kaur is for lioness.
बाकियों को मत डराओ ना.
That is why the first poem I recited was about a lioness. Yes. That is how strong a girl can be whenever she wants to handle a situation which is unfavorable. So how a person can handle. So lioness. So
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for making it tonight. And please welcome Richard Spisak.
Thank you so much, my friends. It's an honor, as always, to be among this fine group of international poets. I have 3 little pieces for you today. First, in a nod to the cycles of the year, spring's gentle power. The gentle guidance of the gods of spring seems quiet in action, yet accomplishes many things. Each new stanza of time, as April's dance, turns into May quite merry in quick-step tune. Our quick step will avoid the puddles, and meanwhile our careful step, the foolhardy will bemuse and befuddle. While grace keeping time, our pace spinning, turning on our way from early morn till end of day. And so our dance across the stage enriches, entrances all, save the mere befuddled, so puzzle they, and figure to calculate the dancer's poise and signals come what may. So will joy in all pursuits, high your day and dance footloose, in joyous play, the livelong day. And this is an ode to flexibility. It's called Take Another Boat. It might just float. As a scientist, he knew well. He had studied, sure, but couldn't tell. The dangerous stuff they made would in the end be parlayed into more dangerous stuff you dare not touch. And from it came a profit great. So let's not wait for testing. Profits climbing ain't that great. Where two-timing still feels great, just can't wait. She was a leading educator who saw the price and could see who paid her. For strange, contorted reasons, they took the stack of books and stuffed them in the farthest nooks, misleading tracks somehow preferred to facts. Taunting historians, those jaunty, quite unsteady cracks, hey, just relax. There wasn't time to careful catch the spinning dime, but standardized tests could still impress. When scores were totaled, multimodal learning was ensured. Well, at least it was endured by some. So we'll call, look out, there is the gun, and you look yet again so stunned. The corporate drone had risen alone to sell the stuff and make them laugh another day. Another dollar, let us pray. We won't hear them holler, nay. Then close the door on quality. Hey, we could maybe make it better, but say that clearly gets in the way of bloody profits. So what do you say? Medicare provided by the doctor knew they might find a way to lay off the crew. Underwritten by the insurance where it doesn't cost too much to save another baby from the grave, because if we cannot make a way to justify the cost, but say, do we really need another one of these? Should we cover them when they sneeze? Another insurance company to cover them well, maybe just this once more by design to justify and suitably find it confined to hell. But I gotta ask, hey, will it sell? And then last, those of us who turn to philosophy, this is called the wise philosophies. Seasoning our friend philosophy to taste, like good pasta leaves a spicy aftertaste. Any Taoist could tell you, sir, overthinking becomes tangled, mangled, even more obscure. Wasting time with overthinking leads your mind's eye toward random blinking. Counterproductive and even pessimistic leads many a philosopher to overdrinking. Quiet minds need no crutch. The wise philosophy can only blush. Like Lao Tzu beneath Buddha's bow tree, he's sitting quiet, his placid mind untrammeled, even cedar paneled, the skein unraveled like a kitten playing softly in a yarn basket. Does he? The quiet mind, upon reflection, is free to follow a fresh direction. Only when our minds are quiet will we pass our passion's next riot. Silent without, the inner mantra quiets and soothes, regardless of the God name used. Peaceful quiet, all passions, wildness, transformed from riot, now harnessed to the peaceful way. Oh, what wonders performed by the end of day. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
You always present as, delightful voices, Ronnie, and to think about and very satirical take on the present time in medical. That was Richard. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Scott Norman Rosenthal, who is a brilliant poet, he writes short verses. Please welcome.
Thank you. I look a fright. I'm sorry. Let me see here. Oh, I can just recite it. If the world had spun less fast, perhaps, not quite as dizzily. When the whole thing started, I might have got on. If I hadn't stopped to chase a lost balloon, I might have ridden the bright carousel, painted horse going round and up and down, plaster personality showing inanimate, when all the music and the steed had stopped. Now see if I can remember this one. I used to be able to. This is, I remember when the war broke out in the Middle East. I believe it was the first U.S. invasion of Iraq. And like with so many things in history, it's really not accurate to see it as black and white. Good guys versus bad guys. We might only wish that things were that simple. This is Prayer Over War in the Middle East. For Maurice Bishop. Wind winds through sand dunes, out across waters, into cheap restaurants in South Jersey, in the United States. All notes ring false, all words deceive, that do not heal. Children crying in the night for sleep. Thank you.
That's Scott. As always, is serious when it comes to poetry and expressing his view on it. Pithy, concise, yet powerful. Thanks for making it, Scott. Allowed your presence. We allowed your presence as well.
I appreciate it because you see, my political views, my opinions are shaped by research. Not nationalism, not patriotism, not religiosity, but research. And I've already been banned from several poetry groups because of my politics.
Yeah, I understand. We basically talk about humanism. So it cannot be digested by so many, the faces. That's the thing. That's the separate issue. That's the thing. But that's Scott. Please give welcome. Ronnie Tucker. Ronnie Tucker is convalescing. He's been recuperating after surgery. I mean, he had open heart surgery. But yes, he is resilient and he came. He's very determined and he's with us. Please welcome. Unmute your mic, Ronnie.
Hi, good morning, good evening.
Yeah, I hope I don't get cut off, Kumar. I'm on a new phone and I'm just learning how to use it, but I'm going to dedicate this first poem. I wrote it from somebody like inspired me, but I want to dedicate it to Somdatta today. It's for Women's Day. And let me see. I hope I don't get cut off because I'm going to try to go up here. Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes, Ronnie, yes. Go ahead.
All right. It's called Woman. Intoxicating she is, so beautiful in spirit and form, emotional and divine, worshipped in her own grace, but yet not equal. A mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister, still shackled and yet not free. Woman, hold your head high, for you are above the male ego. Woman, you are the goddess of pure love. The day is yours to throw away the chains. Time for your voice to be heard and stand up for yourselves. Today, woman, it is your day. And I want to say every day ought to be a woman's day. It shouldn't be just one day out of the year. The next poem now I'm going to recite is called In the Closing Minutes, and it's about kind of like time yet to come. All right, it goes. In the closing minutes of prelude time, we heard the bombs falling. Whistling sounds filled the air, so cover your heads. All the true believers fell to their knees as the explosions ripped destruction. In the closing minutes of prelude time, we did the body count as the last missiles have fell. All around are burning fires in our own private hell. In the closing minutes of prelude time, all the holy rollers whispering their prayers, praying for a savior who is not there, only a world on edge. In the closing minutes of prelude time comes the boiling rain. All the true believers are dead. Only ones who survived wish they were dead. The prophecy is spoken. This is the end. In the closing minutes of prelude time, God has struck the hour. Most of the living has stopped. Only fragments remain. Only the dead are the lucky ones. In the closing minutes of prelude time, no one lives forever. The sign is on the wall. Armageddon has fallen. The world is burning down in ashes. Thank you.
Brilliant. It's time to be heard, and yes, closing times. Very philosophical. Ronnie, you're turning to be very philosophical these days. You quit the smoking. Be careful.
I'm still trying. When I got out of the hospital, I was in there and you could not smoke. And they give me patches, but when I come home, I kind of fell, but I'm not smoking like I was. So I'm slowly trying to give it up because basically they saved my life. I'll put it that way. And they done told me if I go back that I'll be dead. So I got to give up the habit.
Smoke through your words. Yes, smoke.
Yeah, because I started when I was young, about 13 years old. And some of us could give it up just like that, but man, some of us is hooked. I hate to say it, but I definitely got to quit it.
Thank you, Ronnie. That was nice. Beautiful two poems. And keep joining. And please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Laura Grevel. Laura Grevel is an award-winning poet. Please, such an honor. Please go ahead, Laura.
Oh, thank you, Prasanna. It's wonderful to be here with this lovely group. Always very gracious. I'm going to read a piece. Was inspired by a still life poem by a South African painter, and it's called Stillness. If the chairs fly from the room and the fruit ascends, if the bed builds a sandstone boulder and the window runs rain to the sea, will the surviving stillness save the souls who march in anguish over strips of earth that bleed with men of teeth? If mountains grieve in cloudy rhythms with the trees, if baboons harvest coastal hope with seals, will the surviving stillness carve a refuge for those who weep upon strips of land that seethe with dimmed belief? When the sands of deserts flow in rivers to the sea, and we gather in families of free love and grief, then will the dunes of stillness begin to soothe the feet of those who flee their brother's bold deceit. When children fly from rooms and soon ascend, when parents build ladders and cracked walls sprout tall to reach their ken, then will the gray ash of stillness balm the hurt and seed a peace that blooms on hills in Gaza and Galilee. Thank you very much. I have a happier poem, but we can go on if you're short on time.
Thank you, Laura. That was powerful and it's very timely poem for this quest. It's very much concerning today's day, this world. That was Laura. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please, up next, we have, yes, Lantern Carrier.
Thank you, my brother. I will do piece in honor of, short piece in honor of Mother India. Then I'll do another fairly short piece. Mahashivratri, Dance of Lord Shiva. This is no ordinary dance, no tango, no Nureyev or Plisetskaya in Swan Lake. No, this is the Tandav of Lord Shiva, his cosmic dance. It is his theater. He is the puppeteer, the play is his puppets, and the strings which come together as one. It is his divine lila, his bright moon nonpareil, his triumph over the forces of ignorance, limitations, impediments, weaknesses, or obstacles to light. He swallows them with his luminance, his shining victory, celebrating with goddess Parvati the marriage of the divine. This convergence of Shiva and Shakti balances creation, his blue throat consuming poison, transforming the forces of darkness with his resplendent luster. Come, let us celebrate in puja on the celestial form of Lord Shiva, keeping manas and buddhi calm, quiet, serene. Aspire to ascend to the abode of Mount Kailash, soaring upwards like a blazing phoenix to the bliss delight of the Satchitananda's sweetness. That was one dedicated to Mother India and all you beautiful souls. And this one is for my mother and for Mother and Sunday. You are my music and my song, my brightest light when things go wrong. All where you beat your gong on broken drums to make me strong. You are my lyre and my lute, the sweetest songs within my flute. Thank God your treasured smile so cute, full of compassion, so-called Ruth. Sweet mother dear, thy sacrifice, coupled with love and great advice, your sweet concern did but entice me to no wrong for thinking twice. You are my bridegroom and my bride, robed in a wedding dress I tried, so cute, so wet, so cuddly that I lied when the dressmaker I espied. Mother, you kissed my wounded soul and dyed my precious heart in gold. My strength and kindness you did mold, a selfless spirit to behold. You gave me comfort, money, toys. You showered love and heard my cries. When I was wrong, you did address my faults with sweetness as it best. You gave me praises, scoldings too. I'll make a better son of you. And so I learnt my lessons well, proud of my mother, truth to tell. At times with mother saw her sleep, eyes to the pillows had a peep. With life's challenges, laughed and wept, embraces one we always slept. Concerned devotion was her name, all through her life 'twas just the same. Fun-loving, witty life of care, for Mom and I went everywhere. My mother was a selfless being, through trials reign was never mean. She counseled me when in distress, elated, proud of my success. For my mistakes, Mom took the blame. When I messed up, she hid my shame. Humble, low, she shunned all fame, singing the grandeur of God's name. A medic great turned out to be, but wanted most for her to see. The heart of beauty I became, all blessings to my mother's name. London Carrier, thank you.
Wow, wow. I wish I could write like you, man. And what? And Shiva, oh my goodness, your the rhythm, I mean,
You have different
rhythmic
gifts.
tribute to your mother. That was Landry. I have no words to speak. I mean, like, yeah. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please share your poem personally with me so that I could post it on my wall, uh, especially on Mother that you have written. Lantern, please. Please welcome Ludita Mirea. Ludita Mirea, gone. Ludita Mirea, yeah, he is there. She is not only a poet but also has this literary hobby. What do you call crusader? Yeah, please, Ludita Mirea.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Doctor. Yes, I'm a writer. I'm an artist. I'm a peace ambassador international. I am a vice president and consultant of Nelson Mandela Association from Spain, and I have 3 groups of poetry. All of them are for humanity, and I'm an artist too. So I am doing paintings too, and I am practicing martial arts too. So I have my time complete 24 hours. Well, like you said at the first of the meeting, that the happiness is somewhere there too. We have to find it. I decided to put a title to the poem that I will recite today, Happiness and Stones. Isn't that the river just going around the world with no watching of how big are the stones? Isn't that the happiness that can you find in just one apple or in just one look to the sky? So the hope is everywhere, but sometimes it's hard to find. Just try to smile in every moment, because you share the happiness that even the stone will shine with that light of the heart of a human being who really loves the peace and empathy. Thank you.
That was very nice, Ludita Mirea. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Yes, we support each other, and thank you for promoting poetry, poets, and peace and with through your group. That was Ludita. Please give a round of applause and please welcome Ma'am Joscephine, who is a Renaissance woman, title winner. She has multiple laurels to her credit. Please welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Am I visible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. My first poem is titled Wanting Things. When will I stop wanting things? Things that just can't be mine? When will I stop aiming at things that seem elusive and not meant for me? It is like wanting the moon and not being able to have even a slice of it. Or wanting to capture in my hands the attractive dewdrops on the roses' petals in the early morn, seeking beauty everywhere doesn't make sense when you're aware filth is everywhere. Chocolates are desirable, but not all things desirable can be wanted. The smell of fresh walnut garlic cheese bread or pizza margherita just gotten from the oven, the frothy cold milk tea or chai, made more appetizing by tapioca pearls, enjoyed for some 30 minutes, but whose calories will compel you to work out the excessive resultant fats. Not all things delicious must entice one. Ownership by another bars its being desired, as such would be covetousness, a sin. When will I stop needing things that I really don't need? Though the feelings last for moments so brief, though the intensity is not that of others' desires, it can be disturbing. The mind glossing over something that shouldn't take one's notice, the heart pounding for someone one shouldn't even think of, are joys temporary. They are nothing but transient, later irrelevant and dismissed as obsolete, unwelcome, best thrown in the sea of oblivion, best seen as bubbles that quickly disappear like all illusions.
Marvelous, man.
You were speechless.
Marvelous, marvelous.
Thank you. I don't know if I conveyed, the message adequately. Anyway, here's another one. The title is, let me see. Okay, this one I wrote dedicated to a fellow poet, and actually my new Dharma student who has just undergone a heart bypass surgery. That's Ronnie Tucker. The title is Physical Scars versus Emotional Scars. Physical scars are not as bad as emotional scars. A truth known to many, beaten, harassed, suppressed, deprived of a chance to speak up and reveal their wounds. Wounds open, undressed, fresh for a very long time, rubbed with salt and reopened by unresolved issues, left to heal on their own when they could have been nursed by those who caused them, but who continue to be oblivious to others' pains, thinking only of themselves, what they wish for, what pleases them, what shields them from unknown fears that may not even have a basis for their presence. So, fear not the scars that may not leave immediately post-operation. View them as remembrances of your survival, of your crossing a dangerous road that now means a new life for you. Scars from wounds, accidental or surgical, are not as bad as those inflicted with the intent to hurt, to malign, to obliterate your remarkable deeds and achievements. Physical scars are not as bad as emotional scars. The end.
Excellent. Fear not the scars. Wonderful, man. Empowering.
Thank you.
Empowering.
Thank you, Joscephine. I deeply appreciate
That was dedicated to you, Ronnie.
That's especially for you, Ronnie Tucker.
Ronnie, cheer up. Please welcome Lev RI Ardiansyah, who's an intellectual property advocate and is joining after a long gap from Indonesia. Lev RI. Please unmute your mic. Lev RI.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, dear poet, and I am so happy I could join again in this wonderful session, a poetry writing session tonight, and I'm so sorry. Tonight maybe I join in the middle of the session. It's okay. Yeah. In this cool opportunity, I will recite Indonesian poetry, namely pantun. Pantun is a type of short form poetry originally from Indonesia. It consists of 4-line verses, rhyme scheme, ABAB. And I am so happy I could explain a little about the term pantun that originated from the word panuntun. It means the guidance or tuntuns, or well organized, that grew and spread from the Srivijaya kingdoms around the 7th century. Srivijaya kingdom is the first unified kingdoms of Indonesia archipelago. Now its location lies around South Sumatra, Palembang and Prabumuli. Prabumuli is my hometown. This is the city where I was born and grew up. So pantun created and spread from my hometown. Yeah, the difference between pantun and poetry lies in the stanza structure and the prohibition of ABBA rhyme in pantun, and the writing method based on her poetry, new poetry poem I joined. I also applied in writing the pantun, and tonight I will write bilingual pantun titled The Unprotected, or in Indonesia, Tak Terlindungi. Pantun tak terlindungi, kain kebaya tebarkan wangi, tebar setanggi kapan bawahnya. Kalau budaya tak terlindungi, tuan merugi, kacau memboya. In English, the kebaya seed spread the lost fragrance, smell of frankincense, the shroud underneath. The unprotected sign and name awaken, Sir Honor in trend, the maze in array. Bandung, West Java, Indonesia. I wrote in September 16, 2023. I am Lev RI Ardiansyah, Indonesian food. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. That was nice. That was, thank you for introducing us that form of Indonesian.
Indonesian form of pantun.
Yes. It's such an honor. That's so lovely. That's so lovely. And that was Lev RI Ardiansyah. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Harpreet Kaur. Harpreet Kaur has joined us for the first time in the last week, but she's a brilliant poet or super expression. She's joining us from Canada. Please welcome Harpreet.
Thank you very much, everyone. I am Harpreet from Bangalore, and I would
Bangalore. Sorry, Canada.
Shall I, or I don't understand actually. Shall I recite or somebody else turn? I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am. It's yours only.
Okay, my turn only. Okay, here I would like to recite a poem on environment, nature. Aranyani. Aranyani is a Indian forest goddess. So I participated in a anthology on Aranyani, who is a forest goddess. So the name of the caption of the poem is Nature and I. The droplets of water on the leaves, the waterfall, the golden rays of the sunset, the golden glaze of fallen leaves, green blanket near the spring, white clouds are floating, lotus blooming, rays of the sun falling on the water, the trees' roots burst from the ground, bumblebees singing their songs, buzzing with joy of their own, leaves trembling in the air, dancing their dance without fear. In the dense forest where rays of the sun stuck in the branches, Aranyani is living inside the lush green forest. Hiding in the dense branches of the tree, I pray to you with my pure heart. I enjoy the peace of my silence in the dense forest. Thank you very much. And the second poem I would try to recite in Hindi. This is a poem about, of course, love, which is my subject, where I would like to right most of the time. So this poem, the Aranyani poem, is from my book on Aranyani, and the now Hindi poem is from the book that is Bhigi Palke. It is already on Amazon, both the books. So the Hindi poem caption is Mere Priye. So the one second. मेरे प्रिय प्रिय मैं तुम्हारे दिल पे अपना नाम ना लिख सकी, पर मेरे दिल की हर धड़कन पे तुम्हारा नाम लिखा है। तुम्हारी सांसें मेरा नाम ना ले सकी, पर हवा में मेरा नाम लिखा है। जिस सिगरेट के तुम कश लेते हो, जिस सिगरेट के तुम कश लेते हो, उस लाइटर की ज्वाला में ना सही, उस सिगरेट पे मेरा नाम लिखा है, जो राख हो गई तुम्हारे कश कश में। जब मैं आंखें मूंदती हूँ, तुम चुपके से आ जाते हो, मेरे दिल के आंगन में कृष्णा बनकर रास रचाते हो। तुम पत्थर की मूरत नहीं भगवान, तुम पत्थर की मूरत नहीं भगवान, तुम मेरे लिए हाड़ मांस का इंसान हो। मुझे पागल नहीं समझो दुनिया वालों, मैं भी किसी के दिल का टुकड़ा हूँ। तुम खेल न चाहते नफरत का, तुम खेल न चाहते नफरत का, मैं सौदागर हूँ प्यार की, तुम्हारी मेरे साथ नहीं मिलेगी, मैं वासी हूँ किसी और संसार की। मैं खो गई इस भूल भलैया में, जिसे तुम दुनिया कहते हो, बिछड़ गई उस सागर से जिसका मैं कतरा हूँ। मैं खो गई इस भूल भलैया में, जिसे तुम दुनिया कहते हो, बिछड़ गई उस सागर से जिसका मैं कतरा हूँ। ढूंढती हूँ हवाओं की लहरों में, ढूंढती हूँ तेरी सांसों को जिसमें मैं बसती हूँ। जब तुम आंखें मूंदते हो, मैं भी चुपके से आ जाती हूँ, तुम्हारे दिल के आंगन में मैं भी राज रचाती हूँ। तुम्हारी खामोशी को मैं पढ़ लेती हूँ, गुपचुप होकर तुम्हारे दिल के आंगन में मैं भी किसी कोने में बसती हूँ। गुपचुप होकर तुम्हारे दिल के आंगन में मैं भी किसी कोने में बसती हूँ। अपना नाम बदल दिया, ईमान बदल दिया, तुम्हें याद करने के बहाने अपना भगवान बदल। थैंक यू।
क्या बात है मैम, क्या बात है, बहुत उम्दा पेशकश, बहुत खूब, बहुत गहराई है इसमें। Thank you. Thanks for presenting it in the poem and English as well. And thanks for joining. And yeah, please keep joining. That was Harpreet Kaur, Miss Harpreet Kaur joined us. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Next up is Ambassador Priyanka Neogi. Priyanka Neogi is also a creative artist. Yeah, it's promotes poetry. Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Very good evening to all of you. And Women's Day to all of you. Now I am going to present my poem. কবিতার নাম লুকোচুরি। কবি রবীন্দ্রনাথ ঠাকুর। আমি যদি দুষ্টুমি করি, চাপার গাছে চাপা হয়ে ফুটি, ভোরের বেলা মাগো ডালে পড়ে কচি পাতায় করি লুটোপুটি, তবে তুমি আমার কাছে হারো, তখন কি মা চিনতে আমায় পারো? তুমি ডাকো খোকা কোথায় ওরে, আমি শুধু হাসি চুপটি করে। যখন তুমি থাকবে যে কাজ নিয়ে, সবই আমি দেখবো নয়ন মেলে। স্নানটি করে চাপার তলা দিই, আসবে তুমি পিঠেতে চুল ফেলে, এখান দিয়ে পুজোর ঘরে যাবে, দূরে থেকে ফুলের গন্ধ পাবে, তখন তুমি বুঝতে পারবে না সে তোমার খোকার গায়ের গন্ধ ভাসে। দুপুরবেলা মহাভারত হাতে বসবে তুমি সবার খাওয়া হলে, গাছের ছায়া ঘরে জানালাতে পড়বে এসে তোমার পিঠে করে। আমি আমার ছোট্ট ছায়াখানি দোলাবো তোর বইয়ের পরে আনি, তখন তুমি বুঝতে পারবে না সে, তোমার চোখে খোকার ছায়া ভাসে। সন্ধ্যাবেলায় প্রদীপ খানি জেলে যখন তুমি যাবে গোয়াল ঘরে, তখন আমি ফুলের খেলা খেলি, টুক করে মা পড়বো ভুয়ে ঝরে। আবার আমি তোমার খোকা হব, গল্প বলো তোমায় গিয়ে কব, তুমি বলবে দুষ্টু ছেলে কথা, আমি কব বলবো না সে কথা। থ্যাংক ইউ।
I think that was a beautiful poem of a child and a mother's relationship. Really enjoyed it, Priyanka. Khub Sundar.
Thank you. Can I speak one poem? One point more.
Where is Prasanna? I guess so. Everybody's reading two.
Hello.
Make it a short one. Yeah, make it a short one.
Okay. কবিতার নাম নারী, কবি রবীন্দ্রনাথ ঠাকুর। মানুষ কেন বলে মোদের নারীর নিজস্ব নয় কিছু, আমি তো দেখি জগৎ চলে নারীর পিছু পিছু। বাপের ঘরে লক্ষ্মী আমি, স্বামীর ঘরে অন্নপূর্ণা, ছেলের ঘরে জননী আমি, আমি ছাড়া সংসার অসম্পূর্ণা। আমার থেকে আপন করতে আর কি কেউ পারে, বাপের ঘরকে ছেড়ে এসেও পরকে বাঁধি ঘরে। গোত্র থেকে গোত্রান্তর যদিও আমি হই, তবুও যেন জননী রূপে সকল দুঃখ সই। ভারত মাতা সেও নারী, নারী জগধাত্রী, নারী হলো এ জগতের সবার জন্মদাত্রী। পুরুষতান্ত্রিক সমাজ তাই পুরুষকে বড় করে, জেনে রেখো সেই পুরুষকেই নারী গর্ভে ধারণ করে। মহাকাল আমার পদতলে সাহিত্য চিরকাল, আমি ছাড়া এ জগৎ সংসার সবই হবে অচল। থ্যাংক ইউ এভরিওয়ান।
That was a beautiful poem on women and women's position in society and the many roles that women play. So, Somdatta, have you already read your poem? Have you read your
No,
poem?
ma'am.
Because
No,
I'm
ma'am.
going to that where Prasanna has gone. So you go ahead and read your poem.
Okay, okay.
I know where Prasanna's internet connection seems to be cut.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I want to wish a woman present here a belated Happy Women's Day, as we have just celebrated Women's Day a day back, day or two back. Today, I am uplifting a very unusual topic in my poem, that is to relate to woman and child trafficking. This is a topic which is very sensitive, and I have rarely heard poets reciting poems over the topic. Thought of uplifting this in this session. The title I have given is Exploited in a Doom. Exploitation, pillage, and ravage women and children, entrapped in a trade of sexual slavery and forced child labor, enmeshed in their innocence and ignorance, the harboring of fraud, deception, threats to torment their lives, abducting the delicate souls who are unknown to a world of brutality, whose concealed, agonized shrieks lead to insanity, confining the runaway or homeless youths in a beleaguered isolation. Often, the transgenders, unlawful migrants, are captives in an atremendous doomsday. Those broken-hearted, guttural sounds remain unheard in the darkness, where buzzards ruse for targets as prey, for criminal enterprises that enforce into commercial prostitution and child labor. The world today is vulnerable to threats of force, enveloping lives into debt, manipulation, entrapment, confiscating of identity documents. Their bestial appearance evoke Saturn over tortures. Manipulative use of addictive substances cause horrors. Temptations for employment schemes, reputational harm, imprecate dangers. Transported across borders to be doomed, the perpetrators are disguised as diplomats, labor brokers, pimps in a way. Migrant smuggling, crossing borders are regular escapades. Emerging as a global crime in the facets of life, 3 million children around the world are indentured to a forced child labor or child marriage, recruited as beggars in the busy streets and traumatized, jeopardizing and hindering their mental, physical, educational, and social progressions. Settling for beneficiaries of trafficked victims, cognitive behaviors therapies will help the crime to promulgate. Provision of employment schemes and adequate awareness events in each and every city, the prime vigilance of government authorities might reduce the human trafficking crimes. The engagement of National Human Trafficking Hotline to support victims and increase national training programs for technical assistance will expunge the evil. So this is my first poem, Human Trafficking. I am coming to the next part, that is to deal with my mother tongue. I want to relate that my mother tongue is Bengali. I am not quite adept to the language in writing. I will try in my next few participations in Bengali. I have come up with a Hindi poem, and it might just sound to be very, very trivial, but this is my first attempt to writing in my mother tongue or my national language. The title I've given is माँ का आंचल. माँ का आंचल एक कोमल एहसास था. वह हर एक बात जो कहना चाहती थी, माँ ही तो थी जो तुरंत समझती थी. शिकायतों पर हंस देती थी, पीठ थपथपाकर सहज भाषा में सुलझाती थी. उनके हर एक स्पर्श मानो गंगा जल की तरह पवित्र एहसास था. शायद तब समझती नहीं थी, छोटी सी थी, सरल थी, बुद्धू भी थी. किस कसौटी पर क्या करूं, उनकी हर एक बात मुझ में जादू जगाती थी. कभी लेटकर दोपहर को रेडियो पर जब नाटक सुनती थी, मेरी माँ हर एक चरित्र पर एक अद्भुत चित्र सजाती थी. मानो सचमुच वो चरित्र मेरे सामने जीवंत हो जाता था. हिंदी पढ़ना नहीं आता था कक्षा 5 तक. कई किताबों का बंधन संजोए वो रचना लिखाती थी. लिंग का पहचान करने में देर होता था. वे बहुत ही तुरंत परीक्षा लेती थी. अंग्रेजी में वो बहुत तेज थी. मुझे भी बहुत प्रभावित किया. दोनों जब अंग्रेजी में वार्तालाप करते थे, दुनिया हमें किसी और ग्रह का निवासी समझते थे, लेकिन हम दोनों तो अपनी ही दुनिया में हंसी संजोते थे. सरलता में भी एक अद्भुत आनंद था, निर्मल आनंद जैसा एक खुशबू सुगंध फैलाता था. पापा जब ऑफिस से वापस आते थे, मैं भागकर उनसे मेरी शिकायतों की पोटली खोलती थी. कैसे 2-4 मेरी माँ ने कस के पीठ पर लगाए. शांत, संयमी, धैर्य ना खोने वाली मेरी माँ मीठी रसिक हंसी से ही समझा देती थी सब कुछ. इशारों से ही बंधन अटूट रहता था. एक सुंदर परिवार खुशियों से भरा रहता था. Dhanyavad. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me.
Well, thank you so much, Somdatta, because the couple of poems that are being read about the mother and the child relationship, and in your case, you have read two poems that are very powerful. But the first one, especially, has been very much appreciated. I can see people have sent messages about the child labor because the mother and the child are inseparable. And so when you're reading about the mother, and we know that there are children who have been, taken away and made to work and, trafficked, so on. So very few people write about these things. So thank you so much, Amrita, because, Women's Day is not without children. They're very important in our lives. So thank you so much. Now, since I came in late and I don't see Prasanna, I don't know who has
I'm here,
finished
ma'am.
reading.
I'm here.
Are
I'm
you here?
here.
Okay, good. So now you can carry on. I'm handing it over to you, Prasanna.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for filling in. And so it's like.
Thank you so much, Roopali ma'am. Your words are really an encouragement and inspiration to me always. I just drive away forward with this kind of, encouragement. This is a very sentimental and very emotional subject that I tried to uplift. And I would request writers and bards to please explore these, features, these kind of topics, because we always talk about woman upliftment, woman empowerment, about how women are really carrying themselves in the contemporary society. But there is a darkness in our society with these kind of minorities who are really, being tormented, and they are enforced to a doom like this. So this is what I try to really explore. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really Hatkevali. And the first English poem of yours, and second in Hindi. And thanks for joining, and thank you, Roopali ma'am. Thank you for filling in and taking up. You're like an angel as always for me. And yes, please give a please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Next up is, yes, definitely beautiful, the Debashrita Basu. Please welcome Debashrita Basu.
Pranam sir, and Pranam Roopali ma'am, and in fact, good evening to all of you, my dear friends. Actually, it's been lovely to be here again and again. And am I audible, sir? Okay. And for that, I would like to thank you, Prasanna sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my mind. And so I'm going to recite my first poem. The title of the poem is The Vision of Heaven. Amalgamation of striking hues of reddish, purplish, bluish, and greenish in the far sky are intoxicating my veins. The expanse is getting drenched under the angelic, electrifying sacred rays. The sky is overflowing with animated cascades, streaks of various splendorous tints, appearing as if a painter painted his colorful, enigmatic life on it. I cannot withdraw my eyes, but pouring, instilling this opulent majesty in my romantic, incurable heart of depression devoid of copious love. In this supreme elixir of magnanimous faith, I want to spread my wings with deep soaring higher and singing hymns explosively. I am being melted in the joyous rain, and now everything earthly to me is mean, low, and void. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And my next poem is in Bengali language, and I am dedicating this poem to all the women across the globe. And it mainly defines the characteristics and qualities of a woman, and actually it is being addressed to all the women. Okay, the title of the poem is He Nari. He Nari, তুমি স্নিগ্ধ শান্ত ও কোমল, তুমি যে এ জগতের মা, পৃথিবীর আদি থেকে অন্তকাল অবধি শুধু তুমি এই পৃথিবীকে আঁকড়ে ধরে থাকবে। তোমার থেকে শিখেছি স্নেহ ও ভালোবাসা, আবার তুমি আমাদের প্রেরণা। এই পৃথিবী চলার পেছনে শুধু তুমিই আছো ঈশ্বরের আশীর্বাদ স্বরূপ হয়ে। হে নারী, তুমি মা, বোন ও মেয়ে রূপে অনন্যা। তোমার দয়া করুণাই তো আমাদের অগ্নিশিখা। তুমি আকাশের সেই ধ্রুব তারা, যে এক এক পা করে আমাদের হাঁটতে শিখিয়েছে। হে নারী, তুমি সুন্দর, তোমার হাসি বসন্তের বৃষ্টির মতো সুরেলা, তোমার আওয়াজ মধুর থেকেও বেশি মিষ্টি, তোমার লাবণ্য, তোমার চারুতা এক কল্পতরু। তাই তো তুমি জগৎ জননী বলে খ্যাত। জাগো, বিশ্ব যে তোমার অপেক্ষা ক্লান্ত। কত লাগাও হে জগদ্ধাত্রী, এই জীর্ণ দিন মানুষদের রাস্তা দেখাও। থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। Are you there? Hello? Are you there, sir?
I could hear you. I could hear you.
We can
Deba.
hear you. Just someone disturbing in the background.
Roopali, are you there?
Just somebody in the background bleeding through. I can hear you.
I think Shobha Deshpande should switch off her mic.
Yes. Shobha has her microphone open.
All of the poems, I did love them.
शोभा जी, आप अपना फोन, अपना माइक बंद कर दीजिए।
बंद करे मैडम।
Sorry about that, ma'am. Again.
नहीं, मैं बोलूं क्या? माइक बंद करूं या
बंद कर दीजिए, कोई पढ़ रहा है पोइट्री।
Sorry, Deba ma'am, I cannot. It was lovely, having you.
Okay.
Sorry, I just again troubled. And that was Deba ma'am with her beautiful poem Nari and the English poem as well. So beautiful rendition, beautiful rendition. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome beautiful writer, and she's from what do you call Berhampur, as a professor of English, Sabita Sahu. Please welcome Sabita Sahu.
Namaskar to everyone. And Prasanna sir, I am not a professor. I have left my job and now I am in social service. I'm doing social service. I'm in Lions Club and I'm not in teaching line now. So whole time I'm dedicating it to logon ki seva mein. So that's what. And rest of the time I keep on writing. This is a beautiful platform. Thank you for giving me the chance. I'm going to recite one poem today. The title of my poem is Space and Earth. Floating in outer space, I see
the Earth planets moving in variance beyond imagination. The Earth is only a deflated ball. I watch it move elliptically, feeling earthless for a lifetime. But when I move on the Earth, knowing my routine rounds, I don't see anything beyond the sky, sun, moon, and stars. Are they not for us? They only taunt our errors, mock us when we slip on muddy floors. Why do I then waste youthful nights waiting for the star, the lonely star, to fall on my lap, renew my love long abandoned in the silent feelings? The earth is not space. Life is no grace. I am a mere animal, walking on two legs, leaving the hands to fold in prayer. Leaving the hands to fold in prayer. Thank you very much.
Wow, ma'am, simply beautiful words. Brilliant. I must say, brilliant. So brilliant. Very powerful.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining, ma'am. That was Sabita Sahu.
Thank
Please
you.
give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Maria. Maria is a long-time friend of mine and of ours. Please, Maria, go ahead.
Good morning, good evening, everyone. This is Maria from Brazil. The weather is very hot here today. I wish you all a great time now and in the week ahead. May your wings shine ever and ever within your work. It was a pleasure to be with you all, dear friends and bards. Thanks ever so much, Prasanna, for joining us to celebrate poetry. It's always a great pleasure, really. Well, I have a poem for today. And if we have time, a second one. They are very short. It is not long time to recite them. With no more delay, here I go. The title of my poem is I Miss You. When I look at the sky at night, all those stars twinkling above, I see you sparkling in one of them. And I know you're winking at me. Now your home is far from me, but we have a previous code. Once again, when twilight comes, we'll find one another if eyes want to. I remember all our caresses and you pampering me with candies, chocolates while walking in the park, and mellifluous words of love. Oh, my darling, my sweet pie, I love you more than enough yet. I miss you in my inner heart, my bleeds your absence. Let me tell you, I made a painting of you. It's hanging on the wall in the living room. You smile at me whenever I look at you. Wait for me, dear. We'll meet each other again soon. This is the first one. Do I have enough time for another one? It's very short.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, the title is Smiles. A time of rejoice whenever a smile on the lips are seen. It can be in an old lady that doesn't have much to complain. It can be in a child who recognizes parents when they pamper her. It can be in adolescents who smile foolish when together they have fun. It can be a smile from a dear loving soul who lots of love we share. So don't save smiles. It's healthy and priceless moments you have. Thank you very much for listening to me. God bless you
Thank you,
both.
thank you,
Bye.
thank you, Maria. Thank you. I love you. And thanks for joining. That was Maria. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Roopali Sicar Gaur. Dr. Roopali Sicar from our mentor and request no introduction, please.
Good evening, Prasanna, and good evening, dear friends who are poets. I'm going to read from, two tiny little poems, but I really wanted to mention what the book from which I'm going to read it. It's an anthology, my first one that which got published in 2020, but I began working on it in 2018. It's called "In All the Spaces: Diverse Voices in Global Women's Poetry," an anthology of poems edited by a friend of mine, Dr. Anita Nahal, who now teaches in the United States. Now, why I wanted to mention the book was that in 2018, it was so difficult for me to get hold of women who were writing poetry. I had no way of getting. Today, if I want to get an anthology out, we get 200 poets, we could just put it on the internet. Then I was just going up to women, friends, somebody's daughter, and saying, "Do you write poetry? Would you like to write some poems for this book?" It's so I just managed 26 poets, and literally, asking people. And then I got poets from Pakistan, from Afghanistan, from Ghana, but begging them, literally begging people to write. And and then took 10 poems of each poet. So I just wanted to tell you that it was such a struggle, and so wonderful now to see that it's so everybody's coming up and writing. And women were writing earlier, but I didn't know them. So this is a poem dedicated to my mother, since today so many people have read about their mother. My mother died young. My mother died young. Death doesn't come easy. It only comes to the good, who they say die young. That is why mother died before the hibiscus could open its curled petals. Had it bloomed, would dewdrops have hung teardrop-like from its smoothness? Would the honeybee have searched deep for its sweetness? Long and weary the road the parched traveler scrapes the open petals for life's unyielding wetness. The perfume of youth, tightly rolled inside the half-closed petal, shuts in colors, vibrant, blood-red, death-defying. So I was very young when she died, and this is my poem for her. And this poem that I'm going to read now, it's also short. It's for all of us, but especially for us women. Because when we write, people think we're crazy. We're wasting our time. What is wrong with you? Isn't it time for you to cook dinner? Creativity. I stood at madness's door with a shredded mind, a patch-quilled head, and a heart that was sore. With manacled hands and thorn-bloodied feet, there was no way for minds to meet. What madness is this, you asked of me? I answered, a mutating soul only the initiated can see. A mutating soul only the initiated can see. O unfortunate one, whom no madness stirs, nor spiraling tunnel, nor starlit marvel sucks into the heart of strife. Do you not know? It is in madness alone that creation creates, giving birth to life. Thank you.
Mutating soul. So beautiful word, beautiful line, ma'am. Especially I like it. I don't know whether, but the way you expressed it is so beautiful. I like the way you.
Dr. Roopali, read the last 3 lines, Dr. Roopali. I love the poem a lot. Can you read the last 3 lines again? It's quite meaningful, but I didn't quite pick it all up.
Okay, just 1 second. Let me find it. Which one? The first one or the second one?
The last one.
Okay. Okay, this is on creativity, right? So it says, "Oh, unfortunate one, whom no madness stirs, no spiraling tunnel, no starlit marble sucks into the heart of strife. Do you not know it is in madness alone that creation creates, giving birth to life?"
Brilliant, ma'am. Brilliant lines. Brilliant.
So, all of us not
You're
poets here.
muted. Lantern, you're muted. You're saying something.
I was trying to repeat the last line. I forgot it now. I think she said it is in madness alone that creation something to life. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're crazy, you wouldn't be writing poetry.
Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Next up is Mick Mezza. Mick Mezza is a brilliant open mic artist. He's joining us from Melbourne, Australia. Mick, turn on your mic. Mick Mezza. Mick, turn on your mic, please. Maybe he's here. He's gonna be audience today. Mick,
Hello,
are you gonna read?
I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it away,
All right,
please.
I'll find the poem. Okay. I wasn't aware. No, I'm not going to read that one. Okay. You ready? Can you hear? Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello?
Mick, go ahead. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, there's a rebellion in the word that says so much. Succinct is the way which says so much. Weight carried by the listener and says so much. There is a form to writing, the shape of empowerment, the shape of teardrops, the shape of laughter, and says so much. Words are alive that say so much. When there's a rebellion in the word, we rise to the phrase and feel its touch. Words are alive that says so much. Form is the way in which I nudge readers to feel poems that hurt. Words are alive that says so much. When there's rebellion in the word, there's a way to create poems that cause empowerment, teardrops, and laughter, not restricted to form or censorship laws. There's a way to create poems that cause the listener to be immersed in rapture, a journey into the subconscious core. There's a way to create poems that cause empowerment, teardrops, and laughter. That's my poem for today.
Thanks, Mick. Thanks for
Thank
joining.
you.
I'm sure it is made of night for you.
2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, could guess that. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. Give a big round of applause to Mick. Next up is, yes, of course, Nirmal. Nirmal is a brilliant writer, brilliant poet. He joined us before last week, and he presented as a beautiful poem. Please welcome Nirmal.
Hello, am I audible right now? Am I audible?
Please go ahead, sir. Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
The last week I missed the chance because it's a Saturday, and in my last experience, I had been inspired by the other poets to write something from out of my own experience. And this poem, still unnamed, I decided to share an experience that happened with a colleague of mine at the office. Okay, here I go. In the shadow, unseen at the office, lies a tale of compassion, of grace. In the end, it's not just work we do, but lives we touch and hearts we soothe. In the shadows of the office walls, a tale of compassion softly calls. Whispered amongst the busy crowd, a daughter's strength forever proud. But hush now, for all is not well. Judgment and scorn her spirit did quell. Her mother, a pillar of love and care, sits in a car under the sun's searing glare. No plush lounge or comfortable rest, just a hot parking lot under the sky's crest. Yet tongues wag and assumptions spread of a cruel plot that fills her with death. A garbled whisper, a false accusation, tarnishing love with cruel vindication. But her mother waits for the workday's end, illicit affair, the twisted tongues bent. But kindness prevails in secret hearts, empathy and understanding, a brand new start for every face, a fearsome fight to be just and fair with all our might. Let us bridge the gap, let us stand, bonding together with a kind hand. From such kindness, great strength does spring, and empathy takes flight on wings. Respect the mother with her silent roar, and the daughter whose love we all adore. Together we shall build a grander thing, a team of compassion, united we will sing. In the shadow, unseen at the office, lies a tale of compassion filled with grace. In the end, it's not just work we do, but lives we touch and hearts we soothe. So let us remember, amid our task, the power of kindness is all that really lasts. For in the shadow of the office walls lies a tale of compassion heard by all. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Wow, foreign lies, yes, exactly. Beautiful, Nirmal, beautiful lines, beautiful reading. That was Nirmal. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Such a beautiful, very profound poem. That's I would say. Uh, Thanks for joining, Nirmal. Thank you. We missed you last week. Very beautiful writer you are, and I must say thanks to Molly Joseph May for introducing you. Please convey my regards to her. We love her a lot. So, Nirmal was it. Nirmal is a nephew of Dr. Molly Joseph. Please welcome Mili Das. Mili Das is a very well-known poet, and she writes in Bengali and English. She is very well-known. Please welcome Mili Das.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was with you from the beginning, but just came to my home. Now I'm going through my poem. At first, I want to thanks to you and all the participants who are present there. My heartiest love to all of you. My today's poem, Never Stop, Go Ahead. The poem is about Women's Day celebration. Never Stop, Go Ahead. This is the title of my poem. I'm the motivator of my life. I'm simple, but I have a strong personality. My mother is my backbone. Every woman can achieve her dream. I walk with my passion. I walk with my mental strength and commitment to the goals. I can prove nothing is impossible. I'm confident, I'm patriotic, I'm encouraged. Every woman is an exemplifying leader in all spheres of life. I can keep myself busy with good works, keep smiling, it's vibrant and heart being pure. It forced me. I want my life would be a lesson of youth. I'm competent, I'm courage, I'm confident, I can communicate, and I can live consistency. I can be role of my mind. Every woman can be the epitome of both beauty and intelligence. You can be the best motivator of your life. How to believe goals with hard work and dedication. You never stop. Go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That was Mili. That was very empowering and poem on women. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Next up is Prabha
Hello.
Shastri Joshua. Please
Hello,
welcome.
dear. Hello, Prashannaji. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
My daughter wants to recite a poem. If there will be any time.
Okay. Yeah. Please. Go ahead, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to recite my poem, Flower School by Rabindranath Tagore. When storm clouds rumble in the sky and June showers come down, the moist east wind comes marching over the heath to blow its bagpipes among the bamboos. Then crowds of flowers come out of sudden from nobody knows where and dance upon the grass in wild glee. Mother, I really think the flowers go to school underground. They do their lessons with doors shut, and if they want to come out to play before it's time, their master makes them stand in a corner. When the rains come, they have their holidays. Branches clash together in the forest, and the leaves rustle in the wind. The thunderclouds clap their giant hands, and the flower children rush out in dresses of pink, yellow, and white. Do you know, Mother? Their home is in the sky, where the stars are. Haven't you seen how eager they are to get there? Don't you know why they are in such a hurry? Of course, I can guess to whom they raise their arms. They have their mother as I have my own. Thank you.
Very beautiful. Nice rendition. Udita Das, nice? Udita. Udita Das. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Uh, Lanterns wants to say something, but is unable to turn on his mic. But anyways, please welcome our next poet, Prabha Shastri Joshua. Prabha Shastri, Prabha Shastri, please unmute your Prabha Shastri Joshua. Please welcome very well-known writer, writes in Marathi, Telugu, and Hindi, English as well. Yes, Shobha Deshpande. Please welcome, Shobha Deshpande.
नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल। लिंक लेट मिला, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका। अभी महिला दिवस की शुभकामनाएं सबको, सभी विश्व के महिलाओं को। तो आज हम महिला के बारे में बोलेंगे हिंदी में। महिला, ओ महिला, महिला, ओ महिला, तुम श्रेष्ठ हो, ओ महिला, तुम श्रेष्ठ हो। सब कुछ सह लेती हो, परोपकार करती हो। सब कुछ सह लेती हो, परोपकार करती हो। महिला, ओ महिला, तुम श्रेष्ठ हो, ओ महिला। महिला तेरे रूप अनेक, तेरे काम अनेक। महिला तेरे रूप अनेक, तेरे काम अनेक। शक्ति भुजबल अनेक, शक्ति भुजबल अनेक। तेरी कीर्ति अनेक, तेरी कीर्ति अनेक। महिला, ओ महिला, तुम श्रेष्ठ हो, ओ महिला। घर को तू संवारती है, सब दुखों को झेलती है। घर को तू संवारती है, सब दुखों को झेलती है। सब कामों में अग्रणी रहती है, सब कामों में अग्रणी रहती है। सबको संवार कर ले जाती है, सब कामों में अग्रणी रहती है। सब कामों में अग्रणी रहती है, सबको संवार के ले जाती है। महिला, ओ महिला, तुम श्रेष्ठ हो, ओ महिला, ओ महिला। कभी यमधर्मराज से साहस करती है, कभी यमधर्मराज से साहस करती है, समयानुसार कालिका बन जाती है, समयानुसार कालिका बन जाती है, रणभूमि में चंड बनी जाती है, रणभूमि में चंडी बन जाती है, करुणामयी प्रेममयी बन जाती है, करुणामयी प्रेममयी बन जाती है। महिला, ओ महिला, तुम श्रेष्ठ हो, ओ महिला, ओ महिला। रानी लक्ष्मीबाई रुद्रम का शूर सिखाती है, रानी लक्ष्मीबाई रुद्रम का शूर सिखाती है, राणा प्रताप शिवाजी का धैर्य सिखाती है, राणा प्रताप शिवाजी का धैर्य सिखाती है, देश प्रेम सब में जगाती है, देश प्रेम सब में जगाती है, भारत माता के चरणों में समर्पित करती है, भारत माता के चरणों में समर्पित करते हैं। ओ महिला, ओ महिला, तुम श्रेष्ठ हो, ओ महिला। सब कुछ सह लेती हो, परोपकार करती हो, सब कुछ सह लेती हो, परोपकार करती हो, महिला, ओ महिला। धन्यवाद। आज राष्ट्रपति निलयम में भी मुझे अवसर मिला, तो सुबह से शाम तक वहीं पर थे। ये हमारा सौभाग्य, आपने भी बुलाया, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, ma'am. That was lovely. That was beautiful. I mean, slice, very jovial kind. Please welcome that. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Isaac Cohen. Isaac. Isaac, turn on your mic, please. Isaac Biju Prince, otherwise known as Biju Prince, please turn on your mic. Maybe somewhere working. Unmute your mic, Biju. Maybe I think I could just read out and finish this up, and just past 2 hours have been. Yeah, Biju, go ahead.
Yes. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Right. Wait a minute. Yes. Dear Kumar, dear all my friends, Lt.Col. In Lt.Col, intoxication. I'm now in my hometown, sipping the mountain air. I knock on doors of girls I loved. My eyes see the lands I roamed throughout last night. Everything is so well known. I smell the dumplings of my dear late mother. Their taste is still fresh. I breathe mouthfuls of happiness till the next visit. And I must to tell all my friends that yesterday, before week, I can visit my hometown, and I visit my father and my sisters and my brother and the babies, And I go to the southern of Israel. That a lot time I can come to visit, and thank God for the gift and for איך אומרים, the present you give me. Thank you,
Thank you.
Kumar.
Thank you.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Keep smiling. And that brings us to the.
Yes, I especially want to comment on Isaac's poem because, living in war-torn areas of the world, for people to move and go and meet their families, to go and feel that tremendous,
Yeah.
what war does to us, Isaac has spoken about his visiting his family, but in between is the great tragedy of a war that is going on, where thousands of people are dying. And he has been able to somehow touch that familiar space, and probably now Isaac can survive for a little longer on that emotional high. Thank you so much, Isaac, for the photograph you
Yes,
sent us.
thank you. Thank you, Dr. Roopali, and thank you, all my friends, for
Thank you.
support.
It's time. Hey, what are you thinking? Just don't go in wasting those moments in pondering. Relish the sweet nothings. Leave the hard feelings. Don't hold the bitter blinks. Instead, enjoy the fluttering flies. Listen to the buzzing bees, the songs of symphony in synchrony with rustling lilies. Enjoy the fragrance as it lifts through the cloud of honey-filled ambience. Hey, what are you thinking? Just cast a fleeting blossom for it's the time not to repent, but to pent out and vent out your inner feelings. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friends.
Thank you.
And that brings us to this end of the show, and we'll catch you up next week. Thank you, my dear friends. Thank you.